Alright, good morning. It is Sunday. And I've already fed everybody. They've been standing here waiting on me. And now I'm going to pull blood on a couple of them so you can see how that works. I got to move my stand around and get set up. But my vials are all made out. Have numbers on them. I got a new collar or a new halter because I can't find my old one. This one here came from my friend Helen. Thank you, Helen. And I'll have to set up my syringes so I can pull blood. So bear with me. Okay, so when you're pulling blood and you're doing it by yourself, first of all, it's not easy. Second of all, you have to tie their head up because you want to stretch their neck out. They don't like it, but they don't have to be there very long. Doesn't help when they stand up on it. See, she's got pressure now. So, you stick your finger in, you feel for the vein to pop up. And you pull all the blood out. Hold your thumb on it for a couple minutes. Stops the bleeding because you are sticking them with a 18 gauge. Give them their food back. Let their head down. And that's it. It's that fast. This is jade. So I go and I find the vial with jade in it. Take the top off. Shoot it back in there. And then I can send it off to the lab. I get 3 cc's because I'm doing 2 tests. And that's really all there is to it. Alright, here's Celia. I don't like you messing with their ears. Doesn't matter if they have it doesn't matter if they have tattoos or not. They don't like you messing with them, so. Alright. Some of these does, I've pulled a lot of blood out of them. Try to get a full syringe, just because we are doing 2 tests. They only actually require you to have a cc per test, but I give them as much as I can get them. I have had them and I couldn't get a half a cc out of them. I guess blood out of a turnip. But that's all there is to that. Alright, so Mirabelle is not a cooperative goat anyway. So, I gotta do her down here on the ground, but you can do them on the ground. You just gotta find that groove and wait for it to quit fighting me. Freezing hot air in my ear and everything. Hers is right on top. Stop. Stop. Let me get the blood out of the goat. Stop, you little turkey. See, I got it. They're not all this calm when you're doing this, so rascal. Doesn't help when Christy's biting you. I have collected blood from all the goats now. Okay, so that concludes the blood draws, which you can see there's 14 of them in here. I need to get them boxed up, the paperwork filled out, and we're going to run 2 tests on them. We're going to run the pregnancy test to see who is pregnant, who's not, but we will see. That's it. I just got to go get a box and put this stuff in the refrigerator until tomorrow when I can mail it out, and then I'll have the test results. Well, good afternoon. I have the test results for the pregnancy tests that I did earlier in the video. I actually sent these off on Monday. Didn't get to the lab until Wednesday, so I didn't get the results until Thursday. But anyway, this is what the result paper looks like. You probably can't see that really well, but what this tells me is that 13 of the 14 does that I pregnancy tested came back positive for pregnancy. One of them is what they call a recheck. So on September 7th, I will recheck her to see if she actually is pregnant or not. If she's not, at that time, I will make a decision on what is going to happen. So that was the test results for everyone is pregnant, with possibly the exception of Henna. The other test results I did not receive until Monday, and that test was CAE, and I will put what that means below. So I tested all these does for CAE, and all 14 are negative for having the CAE virus. CAE is one of those things that, here's the results. I'm not sure if you can see them really good or not. CAE is one of those things that is preventable but is not curable. I believe that you can test them before that, but a lot of the tests before a year old are inconclusive. So if you're going to test for CAE, make sure they're at least a year old. I think the minimum is like 8 or 9 months old. I wait until a year. I've been testing for CAE for the last 3 years. They've always come back negative. I just do it yearly. I don't do it every 6 months. In the beginning, you should do it every 6 months, especially if you do not run a closed herd. If your herd is a closed herd and you bring in, say you bring in a buck or a doe, you test them before they leave the cellar, then you keep them in quarantine. And I would actually recommend keeping them in quarantine until the 6 months has passed to test them again, because you don't want to take the chance of passing that on to your herd, because they can get it from breeding, and they can most definitely get it from drinking the colostrum from a positive goat. So that's just one of those tests that you want to be really careful about. The rest of the goats will be tested for CAE. I just ran this was a big test. This was 14 does, got 2 tests, and it was $98. So that's why I only did the 14, because I wanted to know if they were pregnant. We still have 3 young does and possibly the adult doe that will need to go in with the bucks before the end of the year, and they of course will be tested also. Their mothers have been tested, so I'm not really worried about them being positive. The bucks are also tested. If they happen to come back positive, there's a couple things you can do. You can either keep them separated and quarantined from the rest of your herd, never mixing them, or you can eat them, or you can sell them for slaughter. Having CAE doesn't hurt the meat. You can still eat it. So that's what I know. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. I should be pulling some more blood here pretty soon, and we're going to be running another test, and the bucks will be getting their CAE testing as well.